You're looking live at the USA Baseball National Training Complex in Carey, North Carolina, where today we have an NCAA Division II college baseball matchup pitting the Dowling College Golden Lions against your University of Findlay Oilers. I'm David Schwartz alongside Kyle Neerman, and we're just minutes away from the first pitch of today's game, which we played under clear skies with a first pitch temperature of 70 degrees. The home team on the scoreboard, the Dowling Golden Lions, entered today's contest with a record of 1-0, while the visitors, the University of Findlay Oilers, sport a 2-8 record. Before the action starts, we'll take a closer look at some need-to-know information in everyone's favorite segment, the Keats Dugout Keys to the Game.
That's right, and the keys to today's ball game, David, for the Oilers, 2-8 on the season thus far, and one of the big keys is hitting with runners in scoring position. And this season, they are 17 for 88, which is a 193 batting average with runners in scoring position. So obviously, not the start that the Oilers are looking for. The key, they're going to need to turn that around because the teams down here are competitive. That's going to be a big factor in the games. Another big factor is the Oilers pitching staff. They've been pitching well this season. A team ERA of 3.87, which is good enough for third in the GLIAC. And your starter for the game today is John Walker, and he comes in today with a 4.63 ERA. And so we're going to look for that to continue. Again, limit runs, score runs. That's the key to the game. And then another big key is getting the first batter of the inning out. As most of us know, the first batter gets on base to lead off an inning. He's oftentimes going to score. A big key for the Oilers is get that first batter out, because right now the opponent's leadoff percentage for innings is .438. So 44% of the time, the leadoff hitters are getting on to start innings, and that's a big problem for the Oilers. That run is often scoring and causing late trouble for the Oilers. John Walker in that area is allowing leadoff batters on at a 385 clip. So we're going to look for that to be reversed here. So the keys: hit with runners in scoring position, limit those earned runs, and keep those leadoff hitters off of base to begin the innings.
The starting lineups for today's game are brought to you by our friends at Sycamore Springs Golf Course. First, for the visitors, the University of Findlay Oilers. Leading off, number 4, Logan Hara at center field. Batting second, number 14, Peter Jorgen at right field. Batting third, number 22, Chase Goulet at designated hitter. Batting number 4, number 18, Roman Kuster at first base. And batting 5, number 13, Austin Adams at left field. Batting 6, number 7, Troy Merriman at third base. And batting 7, number 6, Kevin Schrock at shortstop. And batting number 8, number 35, Miguel Valdez at catcher. Batting 9th, number 2, Evan Haller at second base. And pitching for the Oilers is number 8, John Walker. The Oilers are coached by Steve Perrell. Assistant coaches are Brian Mikowski and graduate assistant Jaron Stutzman. Now we're going to pause for the national anthem.
Thank you.
Now, the starting lineup for the home team, the Dowling College Golden Lions. At leadoff, number 13, Adam Schuster, who plays at right field. Batting second, number 5, R.J. Going at third base. Batting third, number 1, John Cruz at center field. Batting cleanup, number 12, Dan Parisi at catcher. Batting fifth, number 8, Mike Rizzatello at designated hitter. Batting at 6, number 3, Rob Costanzo at second base. Batting seventh, number 19, Tyler Hardison at first base. Batting eighth, number 32, George Monson at left field. Batting ninth, number 2, Chris Eppel at shortstop. Pitching on the mound for the Golden Lions is number 30, Cody McPartland. The Golden Lions are coached by Tom Caputo. Assistant coaches are Andrew Larson, Mike Valiendo, Matt Lyons, Matt Caputo, and Joe Candela.
Leading off for the University of Findlay Oilers, number 4, center fielder Logan Hara.
First at the plate for the Oilers is number 4, Logan Hara.
And in that leadoff spot, Logan's a key player for the Oilers. Needs to get on base here. Struggling a little bit early in the season, but did end the Florida trip with a solid job at the plate, now hitting .286 and gets on base at a 39% clip. So Logan Hara could be a big factor in this ball game. See what he does early. He's got some speed, can steal a base, and that's why Coach Perrell's got him in the leadoff role here today.
And it's a first pitch strike for the Golden Lions. Count is 0-1. That's a strike 2. Count is 0-2 for Logan Hara. Outside ball. Count 1-2.
And for the Golden Lions, pitching is Cody McPartland. Last season went 2-3, had a 3.81 ERA and started 4 ball games, pitched 26 innings, and struck out 20 hitters, so about 1 strikeout an inning here for McPartland on the mound. I assume he would be that Golden Eagles' #1 starter, as this is only their 2nd ball game of the year, and he did start in the only game they've played so far. Only went 2 innings in that ball game.
And that's a foul ball. The count is still 1-2. 2-2, I'm sorry. And that's a swing and a miss for Logan Hara. 1 out.
Right fielder, number 14, Peter Jorgen.
Up next at the plate for the Oilers is number 14, Peter Jorgen.
Jorgen, also one of the better hitters on this Oilers squad, hitting just 200 this season. Had a couple of doubles in a ball game last week. And so pretty good. A little extra base power here in the 2-hole and a good bat control for Pete Jorgen, who takes strike 1, count now 0-1.
And that was outside. The count is now 1-1. It's a swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. That's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Cody McPartland. Up at the plate next.
Designated hitter, number 22, Chase Goulet.
Number 22, Chase Goulet, their designated hitter. First pitch strike, count 0-1. Foul ball, count is 0-2. And it's a liner. And it looks like it's a single for Chase.
First baseman, number 18, Roman Kuster.
Up next at the plate is number 18, Roman Kuster. And folks, just to let you know, that last at-bat by Chase, that was getting on base due to an error. That was not a hit. That last pitch was a strike, so the count is 0-1 for Kuster. Strike two, count is 0-2. And I must say, we have a beautiful day here at Coleman Field at the U.S. Baseball National Training Complex. This is a beautiful facility, gorgeous fields, and a great day for some baseball. And it's a swing and a miss and a strikeout by Kuster. So going into the bottom of the first, we have a score of 0-0. We're at the bottom of the first inning now, and leading off for the Golden Lions is number 13, Adam Schuster. First pitch strike for Walker. Count is 0-1.
And remember, we talked about in the beginning of the broadcast the keys of the game, leadoff hitters. And so here is the first one we're going to get Walker to face here, and Schuster, who is a pretty good hitter for this Golden Lions squad. Last season, Schuster hit .309, started in 46 ball games, had 47 hits, had 7 doubles and 1 home run. Not a lot of extra base power here, but you don't expect that out of the leadoff spot. Just a guy that they're hoping can get on base. And obviously, we're hoping John Walker can bear down here and get the first out of the ball game.
Yes, this would be a nice out then for John Walker. Count is now 1-2. Pitch ball. Count is now 2-2 for Walker. Last pitch is a ball. We have a full count at 3-2.
And there on the 2-2 count, Walker going to the changeup, perhaps trying to get Schuster to chase. We'll see how John mixes up his pitches today. Does have a good mix. Throws a fastball up around 87 to 89. And can also drop in a curveball and changeup. Nice play by Holler there. The batter is safe. That'll go as a single for leadoff hitter Schuster. Third baseman, number 5, RJ Going.
Up next now for the Golden Lions is number 5, RJ Going.
So a leadoff single here for the Golden Lions. Again, not what we were looking for.
Not
we
a
talked
good
about
start.
it in the keys to the ball game. See here as John Walker throws strike one. We'll see how aggressive the Golden Lions coach is. He got his leadoff man on, Schuster. And last year, Schuster only stole 2 bases. He stole 14 bases in 17 attempts. So a lot of speed on first base, swinging a slow ground ball to short.
And looks like we have a fielder's choice there. Runner at second was out. However, Going made it to first. 1 out now. Up next at the plate for the Golden Lions is number 1, John Cruz.
And it looks like head coach Tom Caputo is out to argue the call there at second base. It was a close call, bang, bang at second. Looked to me like the throw definitely beat the runner. I think maybe his only argument would be that Holler pulled his foot, but they're going to leave the call the Oilers' way, and that's 1 away here with the runner on first. Center fielder, number 1, John Cruz. Pardon me, folks. It looks like they called runner interference on that play on the runner sliding into second. That would have been Schuster sliding into second base into Holler. And, of course, when you do that interference on the runner, then the batter running to first is out. And so there are now 2 outs here with Cruz at the plate.
So that's a big break for the Oilers, getting 2 outs now, no one on base. And a swing and a miss for Cruz. The count is now 1-2. This would be a good out here for Walker to get him out.
Yeah, it's sort of a big break as Schuster reached to lead off the inning. But the runner's interference sliding into second base gives the Oilers 2 away here with nobody on. And here we just had a catcher's interference allowing Cruz to reach. So sort of a strange sequence of events here.
Very bizarre bottom of the first inning, I would say. Strange events happening. Now we have number 12.
Catcher, number 12.
Dan Parisi.
Dan Parisi.
And we have Cruz at first base, who got on base due to a catcher's error.
Yeah, sort of a strange sequence here. A runner's interference and a catcher's interference. That ball's taking high for a ball 1. For those of you at home, the catcher's interference is called when the batter, Cruz in this instance, would swing and any part of his bat touches the catcher's glove or any part of the catcher. And so in this instance, the umpire ruled that there was contact between the bat and the glove, allowing Cruz to take the base.
It looks like we got a pop up to second here. And
the ball's dropped by Holler at second base. That'll go in the books as an E4, and Cruz gets all the way to third base. We now have runners on the corners with 2 away.
2 away, and now we have number 8, Mike Rizzatolo, at the plate for the Golden Lions.
Designated hitter, number 8, Mike Rizzatello.
Let's see if Walker can get out of this jam here.
And that's a big problem for the Oilers, is the errors. They've been harmful so far this season, as they always are. And Rizzatello fouls that one off. Now down in the count 0-1. Last season, Rizzatello hit .280, had 42 hits, 5 doubles, 3 triples, and 18 RBI. So a pretty solid hitter here for the Golden Lions, hitting in the 5 hole. Again, this is a good Golden Lions squad. Last season, won 37 ball games, went 37-16. So a solid squad, and we're going to see that a lot down here. Not an easy schedule by any means, as 3 of the 4 teams we're playing down here have last season just won 30 ball games or more. So good competition down here in Carey, North Carolina.
That's good for the Oilers to have a tough challenge that can help the team grow. Right now we have a count 0-2. And the pitch. Foul ball. Count remains at 0-2. This would be a great out here for Walker to get out of this jam and end this inning.
Yeah, it's going to be big for the Oilers to get out of this one early. You don't want to fall down in an early hole, especially with offense lacking as it has this season. Again, the error on Holler allowed Parisi to reach first base and moved Cruz over to third. So any runs from this point on are going to be unearned runs for John Walker. But the scoreboard doesn't care, earned or unearned, David.
Runs are runs.
Runs are runs in a ball game. And if you get down by too many, it's going to be tough, especially with the lack of offense we've seen from the Oilers lineup. But the 1-2 here to Rizzatello, see if Walker can get out of it.
So liner to third base, and to get the runner out at first to end the inning. Walker gets out of the jam. Good play by the Oilers.
We're headed to the top of the inning number 2. Score here still 0-0.
Leading off for the Oilers to the top of the second, we have number 13, Austin Adams. And he fouls it off to start this at bat. Count is 0-1.
to end that top of or bottom of the first inning, pardon me, a nice ground ball out there to Troy Merriman, the freshman playing third base. Got the in-between hop, a tricky hop for Merriman, but he handled it well, fired across the diamond to eliminate any damage for the Oilers in the top of inning number 1, which saw an error extend the inning, pardon me, and foul ball here to Adams, and the count is now 1-2. And this season, Adams hitting just 100, but not indicative, Dave, of, I think, the hitter that he can be. Coach Perrell really high on this guy, just a sophomore for the Oilers, but already given the duty of hitting in that. He's hitting the 5-hole today. He's hit 4 in the season, and has also hit third. So Adams a talented hitter, maybe just getting used to seeing live pitching again and being outside. But this is a bat that I expect, and I think certainly Coach Perrell expects to heat up here as we get deeper into the season.
And a swing and a miss for Adams for the strikeout. Let's hope there'll be big things for him lying ahead for this long
Third
season.
baseman, number 7, Troy Merriman.
Now we have at bat number 7, Troy Merriman for the Oilers. There is now 1 out.
And Troy Merriman, he really came on strong, Dave, in the beginning and the end. So the bookends of the Florida trip. Merriman hitting .360 this season in 10 ball games, has started all 10 of those games. He and sophomore Kevin Schrock are the only 2 Oilers to have played in all 10 games thus far. So that kind of tells you what Coach Perrell thinks about this bright young freshman out at third base this season, hitting .360, 9 hits and 3 doubles.
That's a great start then for Merriman.
It's a great start.
It's good to see if he continue this streak of good hitting. Good eye there for a ball. Count is now 2-1 for Merriman.
And here, leading off the second inning, again, leadoff base runners are important, and no one on the team does it better than Merriman. He is reaching base at a .543 clip, leads the team in walks with 8. So this is a guy that gets on base a lot for the Oilers.
That's a good eye for him there and doing a full count. Swinging a foul ball there from Merriman. Count is still full at 3-2 with 1 out. Oh, we got a nice liner to right field and a single for Troy Merriman.
It's a good piece of hitting there by Merriman. I'll talk more about it here in a second. Fans, I am a busy guy. I'm giving you live stats, doing the announcing for the broadcast, and also doing the PA announcing. Shortstop, number 6, Kevin Schrock.
And now we have number 6, Kevin Schrock here for the Oilers. Let's see if we can get the runner to advance. Oh! No.
That's going to go as a good throw from the right fielder, but Merriman slides safely into second base. That's going to go as an error on the pitcher, allowing Merriman to reach safely. So E1.
Good job by Merriman getting to second base, and now we have a runner in scoring position for the Oilers. So let's see if Schrock can bring him home and take the first lead of the game.
Right, a runner in scoring position. We talked about it earlier. Oilers hitting only .193 this season in this very situation.
Right. This is a big key then. Let's see if they can do this.
Right, and back to the hit that Merriman had. It was a good pitch by the pitcher, a off-speed pitch, looked like a changeup in on the hands to Merriman. And so when you're down 2 strikes, you're looking for off speed and trying to react to the fastball there. Merriman maybe saw that pitch coming, but in on the hands, kept his hands inside the ball and drove it through the right side, although the pitch was on the inside half of the plate. So an experienced at-bat out of the freshman Merriman singles, and now stands on second base for Kevin Schrock, who has a 1-1 count.
Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for Schrag. The count is now 1-2. Pitch outside, ball. Count is now 2-2 here for Schrag.
And kind of like we talked about John Walker, this pitcher for the Golden Lions, McPartland, seems to be mixing a lot of his pitches up. He's using the fastball, using the changeup, and using the slider against these Oilers hitters, and is doing so pretty effectively. Just one hit here in the second inning for the Oilers.
That's a hit foul ball. Count is now still at 2-2 here for Schrag.
Schrag came into the ball game today hitting .226, 7 hits in 31 at-bats, 4 RBIs, and just 2 strikeouts. So a contact hitter for the Oilers. Look for him to put the ball in play here, preferably on the right side, just like that.
There we go.
The runner to third.
Oh! And he didn't catch it, and it gets safe at first. An error by the first baseman. We now have runners on the corner here. And coming up at the plate for the Oilers is number 35, Miguel Valdez. A great scoring opportunity here for the Oilers.
Catcher, number 35, Miguel Valdez. And that's a play, David, that the pitchers work on a lot, is that ground ball to the right side, first baseman going to his right, deep in the hole between first and second. Pitcher takes sort of a banana route over to first base as the first pitch is fouled off. That pitcher is taught to sprint to first base and be ready for the flip from the first baseman there. So it was a good job by McPartland to get to the bag, but just a bad flip from the first baseman. And that goes as an error, the third of the ball game already for Dowling, just in the second inning, and a good scoring opportunity early for the Oilers.
And just for our fans to know, who gets the error on that, the pitcher or the first base who made the toss?
Well, it goes on the first baseman. The flip was low and couldn't be handled by the pitcher, and so the bad flip then goes on the first baseman. Now, if it was a good flip and the pitcher just dropped it, that would go on the pitcher. But that is a tough play for a pitcher to have to coordinate catching the ball and stepping on the base, because you remember, if he catches the ball and doesn't step on first base, it's not an out.
Right. And
so he needs to make sure that he can catch and step on the bag all at the same time. A tough play for the pitcher, but an error on the first baseman.
Another foul ball here by Valdez. The count is now 1-2, and there's one out. Runners on first and third.
Valdez, another one of those hitters that his current numbers, maybe not indicative of the season that we hope to get out of the young catcher. Just hitting .095 this season. Only 2 hits so far this year for Valdez. Need a big one here.
This would be huge. And we have a foul ball. Count remains at 1-2. Looks like the foul ball went off of Valdez's shin. He's shaking it off, and he's good to go.
Yeah, that never feels good, David. You get a pitch inside, foul it off your front leg. What I love about baseball is there's no timeouts. You got to get right back in there with a 1-2 count and try and deliver here for your team. This isn't basketball. You don't get to take a break after an injury. You got to get back in and play. See how Miguel battles here. Down in the count 1-2. Runners at the corners.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Valdez. There's now 2 outs, runners at first and third. And now next up for the Oilers, we have number 2, Evan Holler.
Second baseman, number 2, Evan Holler. And Holler batting now, made that error back in the first inning that did not come back to hurt the Oilers in any way. So some good news there for Holler, maybe a little break. Hopefully he gets a little confidence here. Fouls that one off, and play this season. Holler again hitting just 143, hoping for those numbers to balloon a little bit here. And an area where the Oilers would also like to see improvement here for Holler is with runners on base. Seems like he's in this position a lot, and just 2 for 15 this season with runners on base. So
this would be a big opportunity for the Oilers to satisfy one of their keys of the game with scoring with runners in scoring position, getting hits and bringing home those runners.
That's true, and maybe as a Holler who's been struggling in this area, a hit here would do him a lot of good, I think, as far as confidence is concerned. Again, another young player, just a sophomore for the Oilers.
That's a swing and a miss for Holler. The count is now 1-2 for him.
And McPartland went a couple pitches ago, went change up in the dirt, that fastball up and in. I would expect to see him go back to that same pitch, a fastball up in the zone probably. Yeah, there's a slider, a little check swing from Holler.
Ball to second. Gets him out at first to end the inning. Unfortunately for the Oilers, they could not score on that opportunity. The score is now 0-0 heading into the bottom of the second inning. All right, leading off for the Golden Lions in the top of the second, we have Rob Costanzo, number 3. Count is 0-1 here for Walker. And he hits a fly there, and great grab out at left field.
That's a great play by the left fielder, Adams. And we'll talk about it here more in a second after I introduce our next hitter to the fans here at the ballpark. 19. First baseman, number 19, Tyler Hardison.
Yeah, great grab there by Adams to give the first out for the Oilers. Next up here we have number 19, Tyler Hardison at the plate for the Golden Lions. The first pitch ball count is 1-0 here for Walker.
Hey, going back to that play made by Adams, a good first step to his right, saw the line drive that from the left-handed hitter was going to tail towards the line. Adams knew that, got a good first step, was able to close the gap and make the play here. 2 quick outs for John Walker.
That's great. And next up now for the Golden Lions is number 32, George Monson. Let's see here if the Oilers can get him out and end this inning with 3 up, 3 down.
Left fielder, number 32, George Monson. And Walker doing a pretty good job here in this inning, getting ahead of hitters and keeping that pitch count low. Only that was just his 22nd pitch there in the bottom of the second inning. So he's pretty efficient for the Oilers and has been all season long.
And Kyle, like you said, one of the keys to the game is for the Oilers to get the first batter of the inning out, which they did. So that could be really good now to help this inning go by fast and keep Walker's pitch count low. And
You're right, and getting that first hitter out is not only obviously keeping him off the base to eliminate potential run scoring, but it does the pitcher a lot of confidence when he can look at the board and see that he's got outs. That's especially getting that first hitter. You get that first guy out, you feel like you can
get his confidence going, then, right?
Exactly, for the rest of the inning. And maybe the case here for Walker. Now 2-2 to Monson.
We have a ground ball to second. Gets him on at first to end the inning. And with this, we have 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors, 0 left on base to keep the score at 0-0 as we head into the top of the third inning. Now we're at the top of the third, and leading off for the Oilers is number 4, Logan Hara.
And in Hara's first at-bat leading off this ballgame, he struck out swinging. That was Hara's 8th strikeout of the year. There, fouls off the bunt attempt, and Hara, a speedster at the top of this lineup, does have some bunt hits already this year. So trying to get anything going they can. Just one hit here in the top of inning number 3. Hara looking to get on base to start off the inning.
That pitch is a strike. The count is now at 0-2 here for Hara. That's a foul ball. Count remains at 0-2 here for Hara.
And McPartland, sort of the opposite of Walker in this ballgame, it seems, as he's thrown now. This one coming up will be his 50th pitch just in the inning number 3. Still no runs for either team, but a little less efficient for the Golden Lions starter as far as pitch count is concerned. But again, limiting the runs, still no score.
Let's hope the Oilers can take advantage of this. Swing and a hit to... And it drops in for a single for Hara.
Right fielder, number 14, Peter Jorgen.
Up next to the plate for the Oilers is number 14, Peter Jorgen, with Logan Hara getting on him first with a blooper to center field.
Yeah, you're right there, Dave. That was a blooper. Didn't hit it hard, but just hit it where the fielders weren't, sort of that Bermuda Triangle out there, but out behind second base. No way that the center fielder or right fielder could run that distance and track it down. So you'll take all the hits you can get, especially when you're struggling like Logan Hara has this early part of the season. And it goes as a line drive in the book, so maybe a little confidence booster for Hara, sorry. And Jorgen is hit by a pitch. So we have 2 runners on with no outs.
2 runners on.
Designated hitter number 22, Chase Goulet.
Now we have number 22, Chase Goulet, at the plate for the Oilers, and this would be a big opportunity for him with 0 outs. 1 runner in scoring position at second base, Logan Hara, and we have Peter Jorgen on first base, who got on there by getting hit by a pitch.
And Goulet, one of the better hitters for the Oilers.
Ooh!
Lines one in the
hit
left
there
field.
by Goulet. And we have Hare rounding third. It gets into home. Great RBI single for Goulet to put the Oilers on the board. They take the lead 1-0.
And I was going to say there, David, good hitter, but struggling with runners in scoring position. Just one hit so far, but that doubles his total. Now another hit with runners in scoring position for Goulet.
How about that?
First baseman, number 18, Roman Kuster.
Next up for the Oilers, we have number 18, Roman Kuster at the plate. 0 out. Runners on second and first. Let's see if he can bring in a run. First pitch is a bunt. And he gets out at first with the sacrifice bunt, but advances the runner to the third and second. Leaving the Oilers only 1 out. And now at the plate, we have number 13, Austin Adams.
Left fielder, number 13, Austin Adams. And good job there by Kuster getting the sacrifice bunt down. Kuster hitting in the 4-hole today. So the cleanup hitter for the Oilers gets down the bunt, does his job, and gets 2 runners in scoring position for Austin Adams.
This will be really good for the Oilers to increase their runners in scoring position percentage, which was one of your keys of the game, Kyle. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count is 0-2 for Adams.
Again, this would be a big inning to get a couple of runs here on a hit from Adams. They say single runs don't win you ball games. It's the innings where you score multiple runs that can be the deciding factor. So a run here early, good for the Oilers, up 1-0, but looking to add on here.
This could be a big third inning for the Oilers. Last pitch is a ball. Count is now 1-2. Swing and a miss and a strikeout by Adams. Up next at the plate for the Oilers, we have number 7, Troy Merriman.
Third baseman, number 7, Troy Merriman. And this is a big spot for the freshman Troy Merriman. Did come into the ballgame hitting .360 today, now with 2 runners on.
Takes a first pitch strike with the count now 0-1. Let's see here if Adams can help increase the runners in the scoring position percentage for the Oilers. Second pitch is a foul. Count is now 0-2 here.
And good news for the Oilers with Merriman at the dish. With 2 outs, Merriman's 5 for 9 this season. And with runners in scoring position, 4 for 8. So the right guy up here, but down in the count 0-2. Again, just a freshman. We'll see if Troy Merriman can turn this opportunity into some runs. Ball gets away from the catcher. That's a run for the Oilers.
And Jorgen comes in for home to give the Oilers a 2-0 lead. By a pass ball from the catcher. Big break there for the Oilers. As now runner has advanced to third.
Yeah, and Goulet advances to third on that ball, on the pass ball. Merriman delivers with another single.
A single to right field. Oh, great RBI single there for Merriman. He brings home Goulet. Oilers are now up 3-0. Great piece of hitting there by Merriman, wouldn't you say, Kyle?
That was a good job. Again, hitting it through the right side. Pardon me. Give me a second here. Shortstop, number 6, Kevin Schrock.
Yeah, next up now for those who have number 6, Kevin Schrock. Let's see if he can keep this scoring spree going. Oh! Gets a ground ball to the second base, and they get him out to end the inning. But the Oilers have done some good damage here, taking 3 runs to take a 3-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Now we're at the bottom of the third inning, and leading off for the Golden Lions is number 2, Chris Appel. First pitch ball, count is now 1-0.
You got to think John Walker out on the mound now with a 3-run lead has a lot more confidence than he came into the ball game with. His offense doing a good job in the top half of the inning, getting him 3 runs and gets the first out.
Not to mention also a great play in the last inning by the Oilers defense by the left fielder, Austin Adams. A great grab that he had.
Right fielder, number 13, Adam Schuster.
Next up for the Golden Lions is number 13, Adam Schuster, with 1 out now on the board.
And for the Golden Eagles, Schuster back in the top of inning number 1 started this ball game off with a single. So 1 for 1 in the ball game today. Takes ball high. Count is now 1-0.
Last ball was a strike. Count is now 1-1 here for Schuster. Pitch ball. Count is now 2-1 here. Got him there swinging. Count is now 2-2 here for Walker. Let's see here if he can get Schuster out.
Yep, fastball in the inner half of the plate. Schuster, a little check swing. He started his swing, then decided he didn't want it. So a strike. Count 2-2 to Schuster.
Pitch ball. Now we have a full count here at 3-2 here. Let's see if Walker can get him out. Nice pitch by Walker to get Schuster out. Good strikeout for him. Next up for the Golden Lions, we have number 5, R.J. Going.
Third baseman, number 5, R.J. Going. And in Going's last at-bat, he was the one in the first inning that reached on was out on the ground ball to second base, where the runner's interference was the result. And so now down in the count 0-1.
Pitch low for a ball. Count is now 1-1 here for Going. Pitch high for the count now 2-1 here for Walker. Nice strike there by Walker. Count is now 2-2. And folks, just a reminder, if you'd like to check live stats, video, and recaps of all athletics action here for the University of Findlay, please check out the website at www.athletics.findlay.edu. And be sure to tune into our Twitter page. Follow us at Findlay Oilers and the baseball Twitter page at UF_baseball_.
And that ball fouled off by Going. Got a hold of that one. John Walker went fastball on the inner half of the plate. Going saw it coming and ripped the ball foul deep out and over the fence. But as the old adage goes, that's just a long strike. Pops this one out behind home plate and into the seats for a foul ball to Going. Count now full, 3-2. To the number 2 hitter and third baseman for this Golden Lions squad. It's a ground ball through the box into center field, and a single for R.J. Going. Center fielder, number 1, John Cruz. And so Going reaches with a single and 2 outs. Going gets his lead off of first base, and at the plate is John Cruz. I pardon you there. David Schwartz missed the last play-by-plays as we were catching up on the Twitter page. We are multitasking up here in the press box.
Some heavy-duty multitasking we are doing here.
About as much as you can expect. We are live tweeting this ball game. We are doing live stats, giving you the video broadcast. We are the PA announcer. And, folks, I'm also participating in a fantasy baseball draft.
We're doing it all today, folks. Doing it all.
As we all know, you can't change the time of your fantasy baseball draft for such a minor event as work. So trying to do it all up here. My last pick, folks, was St. Louis second baseman Colton Wong. So hope that pans out for me this season as a good throw from Miguel Valdez.
But
the
the
second
baseman just couldn't hang on to the ball to get the out here. So the runner now advances to second, and now the Golden Lions have a runner in scoring position here.
Right, the stolen base there for Going. Probably a good call by Golden Lions head coach there. With 2 outs and down by 3 runs, looking to get a little offense going and some speed at the top of the lineup. Going slides in safely. Again, a good throw from Valdez. Just couldn't be handled by second baseman Holler. And that's a tough play again as well. You need to secure the ball from the catcher and then slap a tag down all in the time it takes for the runner to slide in safely. And so, again, not an easy play. So no error, although the ball was dropped. This is just a stolen base for Going. Count now 1-2 to the 3-hitter, John Cruz. And a strikeout for Walker ends the inning.
Big strikeout there for Walker and the inning with the runner in scoring position to keep the score at 3-0. In that inning, we had 0 runs, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 left on base. Now we're going to head into the top of the 4th inning here at the USA Baseball National Training Complex in Carey, North Carolina. And now we're at the top of the 4th inning, and leading off for the Oilers is number 35, Miguel Valdez. Score is 3-0 Oilers. And that's a foul ball there to give Valdez a count of 0-1 here.
And Valdez back in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging. Like to see that change here as he leads off the top of inning number 4.
It looks like Valdez and Coach Perro having a little discussion there, talking strategy, and let's see how Valdez approaches this at-bat now.
And for Valdez, this has been an area where he struggled as he fouls one off into the bullpen on our left side. Leading off innings, Valdez has had 6 attempts and hitless in those 6 attempts leading off innings. Again, like to see that change. A leadoff runner here would be big. Scored 3 back in the top of the 3rd inning. And adding to that here would be a big momentum booster for this Oilers squad that's looking for anything they can get. Again, coming into the ballgame today with a record of 2-8.
Yeah, so it looks like any scoring opportunity would be great for the Oilers to try to get that win. Because right now they have a 3-0 lead, and it would only help, of course, adding more runs to that lead. Here comes the pitch. Hit looks like it. Oh, it is foul ball there for the Oilers. Count remains at 0-2 here for Valdez.
Good swing from Valdez. Hit it on a line down that right field line. Just a bit foul, though, and it's just a strike. So 0-2. That was the 67th pitch for McPartland here in the 4th inning.
That's good for the Oilers. Get that pitch count high. Shows that they're being patient with their at-bats. Another foul ball there by Valdez. Count remains at 0-2. Looks like the umpire's doing his usual every few innings. Wiping off home plate. Keep that clean up for the hitters and the pitcher. Comes the pitch and swing and a miss for Valdez, unfortunately, to give him a strikeout. And looks like next up for the Oilers, we have number 2, Evan Haller.
Second baseman, number 2, Evan Haller. Haller up now, back in the 2nd inning. Grounded out to second base, so is 0 for 1 in the ball game today.
First pitch is a swing and a miss for Haller to give him a count of 0-1 here.
We mentioned the Oilers' record stands at 2-8, and they have lost 5 straight here. I think the turning point early in this season, as Haller takes ball 1, count now 1-1. Early in this season, David lost the first ball game. John Walker took the mound, pitched 7 innings of 1-run ball. And they lost that first game 1-0. Won the second game, and then the next game was, I think, the turning point thus far. Had a late 8-3 lead over conference rival Ashland.
And with the check swing, it looks like it's a strikeout now for Haller to put 2 outs on the board for the Golden Lions. And next up for the plate, we have leadoff hitter number 4, Logan Hara.
Center fielder, number 4, Logan Hara. Anyways, David, I was talking about that the turning point for the Oilers thus far this season was against Ashland. Had a late lead in that one, led 8-3 in the 7th inning, and ended up losing that ball game on a walk-off home run, lost 10-8. The final there for Ashland. So gave up the late lead. It was a very tight game. And I think the wheels sort of just fell off after that one. Confidence may have been shaken a little bit as the Oilers, who were ahead of, again, Ashland picked to win the GLIAC South Division. So a good squad. And Oilers had the lead late, but just couldn't finish the ball game, and losing that one. Since then, it's been a struggle.
Well, let's hear in this North Carolina trip if they can come out here getting some wins, try to regain some of that confidence, and get back on track as we head into the rest of the season.
And a win here today versus Dowling would do that. Again, a good squad, won 36 ball games last year.
This would be a big win for the Oilers.
Would be a confidence booster. This team did make it to the NCAA Regional last season. And a walk here for Hara with 2 outs.
All right, we get a runner on base. And next up for the Oilers is number 14, Pete Jorgen.
Right fielder, number 14, Peter Jorgen. So a runner on first, with 2 outs here, and Peter Jorgen up. Peter was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning and struck out swinging back in inning number 1.
And they're trying to get that batter out at first, but luckily he gets back on time to stay safe and be at first. Good eye by Logan Hara.
And they know that this is one of the only stolen base threats on this Oilers squad. Logan does have 3 stolen bases on the year, the only Oiler with a stolen base this season. So a smart move by the pitcher.
Trying to get him out so they avoid that potential of getting a stolen base and getting on the second and getting in scoring position.
Right, David. And what that pickoff does, especially repeated pickoff from McPartland, it keeps Hara on his toes a little bit, maybe. And Hara's off with the
Hara's
pitch
going
here.
for it. And he gets in there safe for the stolen base. He's now at second. The Oilers now have a runner in scoring position. And let's see if they can capitalize on this opportunity here. The count for Jorgen is at 1-1, and there are 2 outs for the Oilers.
Yeah, and what I was saying is that the pickoffs are intended to keep Hara close. Hara with a good read off as soon as the front leg was lifted. And a good throw from the catcher, but Hara just too quick, slides in safely with a stolen base, his 4th of the year.
He's got that great speed. And there was a foul ball there by Jorgen. The count is now 1-2. Ground ball by Pete Jorgen. It looks like he tagged out Hara, who was going to third. That gives him a 3rd out to end the inning. And in the bottom of the 4th, we had 0 runs, 0 hits, 0 errors, and 1 left on base for the Oilers. Score remains at 3-0 here at the USA Baseball National Training Complex here in Carey, North Carolina. We are now in the bottom of the 4th inning here, and leading off for the Golden Lions is number 12, which is Dan Parisi. First pitch ball count is now 1-0 here for Walker.
And Parisi is 0 for 1 in the ball game today. He was the one that back in the 1st inning reached on that high infield pop-up to Holler. Holler couldn't handle it, so reached on an error to second baseman. Now count 1-1 to Parisi.
Another foul ball there by Parisi. Count is now 1-2. Let's see here if Walker can get him out. Get that first bitter of the inning out. That's been the key for Walker, and he has done that. He's pitching a great game so far for the Oilers.
That ball's crushed into left center field.
Crushed it out to left center. Rounding second. And it looks like Parisi gets a double. Looks like I accidentally jinxed John Walker there, and I apologize. I did not mean to do that. The Golden Lions now have a runner in scoring position, and at the plate for the Golden Lions is number 8, Mike Rizzatello.
Designated hitter, number 8, Mike Rizzatello. And I'll tell you what, Dave, Parisi didn't miss that pitch, got every bit of it, hit it off the base of the wall out in left center field, and strolled into second for a double. Now a hit by pitch.
Looks like he hits Mike Rizzatello, who now advances to first. We have a runner at second and at first with 0 out. And up at the plate now for the Golden Lions is number 3, Rob Costanzo.
Second baseman, number 3, Rob Costanzo.
The Oilers are getting a bit of a jam here, so let's see here if Walker can try to get out of here. One out at a time, right, Kyle?
That's right, 1 out at a time. Got to get out number 1 here. And with runners on first and second, it's going to see the sacrifice bunt.
Runners advance, but they get Costanza out at first with 1 out. But now we have a runner at third and at second. And up next for the Golden Lions is number 19, Tyler Hardison.
First baseman, number 19, Tyler Hardison. And a good job there to get the sacrifice bunt down. Did his job. Now runners on second and third. Rizzatello on second, and Parisi, who doubled off the left center wall, stands at third base. Hardison at the plate. Grounded out to third base in his last at-bat back in the second inning.
First pitch is a strike to give the count 0-1 here for Walker. Let's see if he can get him out. Get out of this jam that he's in here.
Could use another ground ball to third base. Merriman playing on the infield cut on that left side of infield. So we would take that any way you can keep the runners from scoring. Again, the infield not in here, so not a desperate situation yet. Coach Perrell is not going to pull the infield in. That'd make the job a lot easier for Hardison. You just take a fly ball or something hard through the infield. So leaving the runners back, realizing that getting the second out here is likely more important than allowing an early run. Still would have the 3-1 lead.
The count now 1-2 here. Here comes the pitch. Strikeout. Got him looking. Big strikeout there for Walker.
That's right. We mentioned Walker needed that out. We were hoping by a ground ball, but Walker gets the strikeout looking.
We now have 2 outs for the Oilers. Up next at the plate, we have number 32.
Left fielder, number 32, George Munson.
I'm sorry, for the Golden Oilers, we have number 32, George Monson. Let's see here if Walker can get him out and get out of this jam.
For the Golden Oilers, David.
Really?
Yes,
for the Golden Oilers. A little slip there by me.
And so that was a big pitch from Walker to strike out the last hitter there. Got him looking, and again, no damage done yet as runners still on second and third. 2 outs here. Got to get Monson.
Comes the pitch. Strike for Walker. Count is now 0-2.
And quickly ahead in the count for Walker. Went curveball, or pardon me, John. I don't think John has a curveball. Slider went inside with the slider there. I would expect to see something hard and away off the plate, trying to get him to chase. And Walker does just that.
Did just that. But looks like Monson didn't bite, so now the count is 1-2. Walker still ahead here. Can try to give him another one of those. Here comes the pitch. Another one outside. Looks like it's a ball. Count is now 2-2.
Walker, a great job of painting the outside part of the dish. He thought he had it, and I think the rest of his teammates thought he had it as well as they headed towards the dugout, but didn't get the call from the home plate umpire, and so count goes to 2-2. A couple of fastballs on the outside half of the plate here. A lot of options for John Walker. Go back on the outside part of the plate with something soft. We'll see what pitching coach Brian Mikowski sends in to Valdez. Went change up there, low in the dirt. Count goes full to Monson.
Full count now, and we have a big pitch about to come here from Walker. Let's see what he delivers.
This is a big pitch. First base is open, so a walk wouldn't hurt a lot, but you don't want to load the bases.
Looks like a foul ball there by Monson. Count remains full. Let's see what Walker has in store for us here for this next big pitch for the Oilers to get out of this jam. Runners on third and second, 2 out. Comes the pitch. And looks like we have a single to center. Unfortunately, a 2 RBI single for George Monson as we bring in both runs here. Now having the score be at 3-2. Oilers still with the lead, but we now have a runner at first base. And next up for the Golden Lions, we have number 2, Chris Eppel.
Shortstop, number 2, Chris Appel. That was a big hit for Monson. Plated 2 runs, got the full count pitch he was looking for, and drove it back. And the Golden Lions have cut the Oilers' lead now 3-2. Again, we're in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we are playing 9 here today. All the games we'll be playing this weekend will be 9 innings. Not the usual, as usually double headers or a couple of 7-inning ball games, but we have 9 today. There's a big pop-up on the infield.
The short center. And they get it for the out to end the inning. Oilers remain in the lead 3-2. But as we end the bottom of the 4th inning, the Golden Lions had 2 runs, 2 hits, 0 errors, 1 left on base. As we're going to head into the top of the 5th inning. We are now on the top of the 5th inning, and leading off for the Oilers, we have number 22, Chase Goulet.
And for Goulet on the day, he is 1 for 2, singled in the 3rd inning, and reached on an error back in inning number 1. Well, we have a little break here. We'd like to give a shout out to the Oilers track team, who just came home with the runner-up at the 2015 NCAA National Championship meet. We'll talk more about that in a second.
With a ground ball to short. It gets Goulet out at first with 1 out now. Next up for the Oilers, we have number 18, Roman Kuster.
First baseman, number 18, Roman Kuster. I'm talking about the track team. David, again, runner-up at the national meet as a team. Never been done before by an Oilers squad. So the highest finish ever for an Oilers track and field team. Some of the highlights there. When you're talking about Oilers track, you got to talk about Justin Welsh, the senior for the Oilers.
Fantastic track athlete. Looks like we have a ground ball to short again. And they get him out to put it out. 2 outs in this inning for the Oilers. And next up for the Oilers, looks like we got number 13, Austin Adams at the plate.
Left fielder, number 13, Austin Adams. And maybe we'll use the break to talk about our track teams, but ho-hum for Justin Welsh brings home another national title, Dave.
Another national title.
That's
amazing.
back-to-back.
Simply amazing. Back-to-back
national titles in the weight throw.
Wow.
For Justin Welsh.
What a great season he had, and a great season for the track team.
As Adams goes down here 0-2, and that not the only hardware brought home from Welsh. He also participated in the shot put and earned All-American by placing 8th place in that competition with a throw of 55 feet 5.5 inches. Just the 5th All-American award brought home by Justin Welsh.
Wow, so how about that?
A great thrower for the Oilers.
Yeah, just heck of an athlete. Has been accomplished many great things for the Oilers, and I congratulate him. The Oilers are proud of him.
And we are definitely proud of our track team. Another great athlete, an up-and-coming star for the Oilers track team is freshman Michael Bruce. Earlier in the year, brought home GLIAC Freshman Athlete of the Year.
Wow.
And at his first national championship meet, they were down in Birmingham, Alabama. Here a swing and a miss from Adams. Ends the 5th inning, but we'll continue to talk about that track team. Michael Bruce, GLIAC Freshman of the Year in his first national championship. Just yesterday, earned his 2nd All-American award, earned 4th place in the long jump, and that competition took place on Friday. Then yesterday, competing in the triple jump, also took 4th place. So 2 All-American awards for the young Michael Bruce. We'll talk more about that. Oilers track team brought home a lot of awards in the last few days, and we'll be back here after they brush the infield here in Carey, North Carolina.
We're now in the bottom of the 5th inning, and leading off for the Golden Lions is number 13, Adam Schuster. First pitch. Ground ball is short, and the Oilers get him out to get their first out of the inning. And next up at the plate for the Golden Lions, we have number 5, RJ Going. Good start for the Oilers here to get a first pitch out for Walker as they lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see how he goes here with Going.
Third baseman, number 5, RJ Going.
And folks, just want to give you a quick reminder that you can follow Oiler Action on Facebook at UF Oilers Athletics. Like our page and tune in to see all the action, recaps, press releases, everything Oilers Athletics is shared on Facebook.
That's right. And again, we're talking about that track team. Another All-American award was earned by Taylor Miller, a senior thrower. And he earned All-American in the shot put as well, and he finished runner-up. That's his 2nd All-American honor, and earning his first All-American honor also in the shot put. We had some good throwers. Matthew Marcosia, as RJ Going just strikes out.
Nice strikeout there for Walker, but it looks like the Oilers, they just had a very successful run at this year's Nationals with multiple All-American honors. And next up at the plate now for the Golden Lions, we have number 1, John Cruz.
Center fielder, number 1, John Cruz.
2 out now. Looks like Walker's trying to wrap up this inning in a hurry, and that's a good idea.
That is good. It got quick 2 outs. Looking to get another one here with the first pitch strike. I think since this keeps lingering out, we're just going to go ahead and mention the names of the athletes who earned All-American. There were a lot of them.
It's been good to give them some good dap because we're proud of them.
We are very proud of our athletes at Findlay, especially at the national championship meet.
The highest level.
Senior Dylan Webster placed 7th in the 800-meter run and earned All-American again. He earned 2 All-American spots yesterday as he and teammates Derek Collins, Sergi Torres, and Malik Briggs all combined in the 4x400-meter relay. They took 3rd place in that event, so they all earned All-American as well. For Dylan Webster, I know he's earned multiple All-American awards. I believe he's got 8 now in his career. On the women's side, Kendra Avresh, a senior thrower for the Oilers, she earned All-American in the shot put by placing 3rd. And senior Pam Showman also earned All-American as she finished in 6th in the pentathlon with a new school record in points, 3,840 points scored by Pam Showman, good enough for 6th. And she earns her first All-American award in that event. And last one here, Lydia Guagenti competed in the high jump. She finished runner-up in that event, earning her first All-American award. So lots of awards at the national championship in the last couple of days for the Oilers, and a strikeout there to Cruz.
Walker ends the inning in a hurry with 3 up and 3 down. Great job by the Oilers as we head to the top of the 6th inning with the Oilers leading 3-2. We're now at the top of the 6th inning, and for the Oilers, leading off is number 7, Troy Merriman.
Takes ball high on the first pitch. Merriman is 2 for 2 in the ballgame today, has singles in the 2nd and 3rd innings.
Let's see if he can keep the hot hitting going. Second pitch is a strike. Count is now 1-1.
And Merriman was the one who delivered back in the 3rd inning with a 2 RBI single through the right side of the infield. Both his hits have been through that right side. Doesn't look like they're shading Merriman anyway, but the 2 hits today give Merriman his 10th and 11th hits of the season, which is tied for the lead.
Nice work by Merriman. The count is now 2-1 for him. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. The count is now 2-2. And folks, just want to give a quick reminder out there that you can tune into live stats video, which you probably have done through this link on our website. Our website is www.athletics.findlay.edu.
That ball's drilled into center field.
Wow, he drilled it to center field. Unfortunately, he catches it for out. That marks the first out of the inning. And next up at the plate, we have number 6, Kevin Schrock.
Shortstop, number 6, Kevin Schrock. And good signs for Coach Peril out of his freshman Troy Merriman. Hit that ball well to center field. Kind of out over the center fielder's head there, but he ranged to his left side and made the play there. Schrock grounds out to short, and we have quick out 2 away.
Yeah. Now we have number 35, Miguel Valdez.
Catcher, number 35, Miguel Valdez.
Let's see what Valdez does at this plate, because it looks like the Golden Lions are mimicking what we did last inning. 3 up, 3 down. Let's hope that doesn't happen for the Oilers here.
Yeah, we'd like to see Valdez reach here. Valdez is 0 for 2 in the ballgame, has struck out twice, and is down in the count 0-1. That last pitch, the ground ball to short, was the 100th pitch for McPartland. Valdez grounds to third. And that's a quick 3 up and 3 down for the Oilers, and we're headed to the bottom. Pardon me. Yes, the bottom of the sixth inning, and the Oilers still lead 3-2. We're back here for the bottom of inning number 6. First pitch strike here to the catcher, Dan Parisi. In that last inning, 3 up and 3 down for the Oilers. So a quick top half of the inning. As Parisi follows this one back into the screen, count now 0-2 to the Golden Lions catcher. Oilers lead it 3-2 here. And ball outside, count goes to 1-2 to Parisi. Parisi was the one who led off back in that 4th inning, doubled off of the left center wall. Parisi really got a hold of that one. Now down in the count, 1-2.
Looks like he fouls it off to give him a count now at 1-2 still. Let's see if Walker can get him out here.
And that the 80th pitch of the ball game for Walker. Still pretty efficient here in inning number 6. Don't know how long Coach Mikowski is going to leave him in, as that ball is ripped.
Line drive to center field there.
Second hit of the ball game for Parisi.
And looks up next up for the plate. Looks like we have number 8 for the Golden Lions, Mike Rizzatello.
Designated hitter, number 8, Mike Rizzatello.
Now, Kyle, you mentioned earlier that John Walker is reaching the 80 pitch count. Does Coach Peril monitor that? Does he care about what kind of pitch count does he want his pitchers to get at? At a certain point to say, okay, he's got to pull
Good sacrifice
Ooh,
bunt
big
there
sacrifice bunt right
from
there.
Rizzatello.
Runner advances to second, but what do you think about the pitch
We'll
count?
talk about that here in a second as Parisi goes down to second base.
I forgot we were multitasking. Yes, that's Kyle has to announce the next batter.
Second baseman, number 3, Rob Costanzo.
And right now at the plate for the Golden Lions, we have number 3, Mike Costanzo. I'm sorry, excuse me, pardon me, Rob Costanzo.
Rob is 0 for 2 in the ball game today. Grounded out to the catcher.
First pitch strike there, count now 0-1.
Sacrifice bunt in his last plate appearance in the 4th inning and lined out to left field. That was a great diving play from Austin Adams. But like you were talking about, the pitch count, that ball's drilled.
Smacks it to right field. Goes over his head. Runner from second stays at third with Costanzo getting a double.
That ball was crushed out over the head of Jorgen in right. But the runner, Parisi, on second base didn't score. Jorgen maybe looked like he had a play, so Parisi not able to score on the ball. That could be big here with 1 out.
That hesitation could be big here. Looks like there's a little meeting on the mound here as Valdez meets with Walker.
First baseman, number 19, Tyler Hardison.
Now for the Golden Lions, we have number 19, Tyler Hardison at the plate with runners on third and second with only 1 out.
And Hardison was in this situation back in the 4th inning with runners on second and third with 1 out. Struck out looking in that plate appearance, but Jorgen never saw that one.
Blooper to right field, advances the runner from third to score. To now tie the game at 3, and we have runners on first and third with 1 out. And next up for the plate for the Golden Lions, we have number 32, George Monson.
He's going to maybe come out and talk. Coach Brian Mikowski is out of the dugout, out to talk to his senior pitcher. Look at that hit from Hardison, a little bloop out into right field. Jorgen never saw it, the sun coming from behind home plate here. Jorgen just kind of stood out in right field as that ball floated over Kuster's head into right field. Again, in no man's land. Don't think if Jorgen saw it, he would have been able to get there anyways.
He was just too deep out in right field to get it.
That's just a well-placed ball. Again, not intentionally, just kind of hit it where they ain't. And this ball game's tied. Coach Mikowski out to talk to his senior pitcher, John Walker, maybe telling him how many more hitters he is allowed here in this ball game. The pitch count for Walker at 84, you mentioned the pitch count. That's in the hands of Coach Mikowski. He probably has a number in mind. Again, you don't often like to see your starter get more than 100 pitches in a ball game. It's a lot of wear and tear on a pitcher's arm. Nobody up in the bullpen yet, so maybe Coach Mikowski out to give his pitcher some confidence here, hoping that he can get out of this situation, a squeeze play, and that's a foul ball from Monson, who is down in the count now, 0-1.
Walker ahead of the count here. See if he can get out of here and get out of this jam. Here comes the pitch. Low and away for a ball. Count is now at 1-1. We're at the bottom of the 6th inning, so getting towards the end of the game. So this will be a good timing, of course, for Walker to get out of this jam as the game is now tied at 3.
Right, the late innings have been the problem for the Oilers. They've been pretty successful in innings 1 through 6, as in most of these ball games they've had the lead. But again, 6 through 9, you got to finish ball games, and the Oilers just haven't done it, and that's why their record stands at 2-8 here in the season.
Looks like they bunted to first, and foul ball.
Good job by Kuster there. Patience was the key on that play.
Smart play.
Squeeze put on by Golden Lions head coach, and Monson bunted it down the first baseline, and it just rolled foul. Now, if Kuster touches that ball in any way while it's in fair territory, it would have been a fair ball. But knew he had no play at the plate and no play at second base, as it was a great bunt by Munson. So no choice for Kuster but to let it roll foul, and he did, resulting in a strike. Count now is 2-2 to Munson.
This is a big at bat here for Walker. Let's see if he can get him out. Here comes the pitch. Got him looking. Oh, pardon me. Swing and a miss strikeout. I got too excited there because that was a big strikeout there for Walker to give the Oilers 2 outs. And now next up for the Golden Lions, we have number 2, Chris Appel.
Not sure what happened there with Walker, but the trainer for the Oilers is out to talk with Walker. Maybe battling some blister issues on the mound. Those don't feel any good. And when you're throwing as many pitches as Walker does, those fingers can
take some. Getting him swinging, that was big, wasn't it?
That was big. That was big. Big strikeout for Walker. Again, getting the strikeout with the runner just 90 feet away on third base and with 1 out. So now 2 outs. Can take an out anywhere. Again, the trainer back into the dugout, now coming out maybe with a Band-Aid or something. We can't tell from up here. Again, we're at the USA Baseball Training Complex in Carey, North Carolina.
Beautiful facility here on a gorgeous day. Sunny and 70 degrees. It's just been a great day to watch some baseball.
And this one of the best fields the Oilers are going to get to play on this year. And yes, this is the home of the USA baseball team. This is as good as it gets.
Some greats have played here. So.
David Wright, Brandon Phillips, Clayton Kershaw. You know, all the big names have been here. Anybody that's played or been affiliated with USA baseball, and so an honor here for the Oilers to get a chance to play.
This will be a great experience for them playing it.
You know, it's a big time field, Dave, when they paint the grass to make it look green. I don't know if you can see out over the left field wall, fans, but the grass out in left field, brown, all around the complex is brown. The field is green.
As spring has just arrived.
And we were told that is because they do paint the field here. They want it to look good on camera for the folks at home, and we're lucky enough to benefit from that. That's not our work.
They're very considerate here, and it's smart. It looks beautiful. It's just March 15th, and it looks beautiful out here already.
It looks great. And Walker, see if he got whatever issues he had, see if he got those fixed.
I hope he did.
He's throwing a couple pitches here. Shortstop, number 2, Chris Appel.
Yeah, I'm glad Walker's staying in there. Even though the game is tied, he's throwing a good game here, keeping the Oilers in it. So let's see if he can get out of this jam here with runners on first and third. This would be a good, big jam to get out of. The first pitch looks like it's a pop-up and shallow left center. Oh, and he missed him, diving for the catch. Runner scores, and we have now runners on first and third again. With that run, that gives the Golden Lions a lead now, 4-3.
And that does go as a hit for Appel. A tough play for Adams coming in from left field.
He went for it, just couldn't get it.
Right fielder, number 13, Adam Schuster.
And now we have number 13, Adam Schuster at the plate. With 2 outs, we have Hardison at third and Appel at first. Ooh, Walker trying to see if he got Appel looking. Didn't, but good effort to keep that runner on his toes to make sure he doesn't advance the second.
And the Oilers trail for the first time in this ball game. That's tough for pitcher John Walker. Not his fault. Got the at-bat he wanted, got the pop-up behind short, but Schrock wasn't able to make the play. Adams coming in from left, dive, and missed. And, of course, Hara in center, way too far for him to run that one down. So
in that situation, Kyle, let me ask you, who goes for that? It's right in the middle of kind of like no man's land. Does the shortstop go for it? As we have, Ground ball to third. Got him out. And ending the inning. No more damage as the Golden Lions lead 4-3 as we head into the top of the 7th inning. The Lions had 2 runs, 4 hits, 0 errors, and 2 left on base in the inning as we head into the top of the 7th here in Carey, North Carolina. That mute mic was on. We're now at the top of the 7th inning, and leading out for the Oilers was number 2, Evan Holler, and it looks like he had a grounder to third and gets the first out now for the Golden Lions. And now we have number 4 at the plate, Logan Hara for the Oilers.
Center, number 4, Logan Hara.
And I'd like to mention that in the previous inning, Troy Merriman had a great grab at third to get that final out. So kudos to him on that great play.
That was a good play by Merriman. He's been about as solid as you could hope. Just playing his first year of collegiate baseball, he's been really solid defensively, and I'd say above average at the plate thus far. Came into the ballgame today hitting .360, but with 2 hits, that average is going to rise. And count here to Hara is now 1-1.
Foul ball count is now 1-2 here for Hara. Check swing. Did not go. Having the count be at 2-2 here for Hara. Here comes the pitch. Oh, unfortunately got him looking for the strikeout. And so now next up for the plate is number 14, Peter Jorgen.
Right fielder, number 14, Peter Jorgen. Jorgen up with 2 outs, 2 quick outs, and grounds one slowly to third baseman. Easy play up and throws to first. First baseman comes off the bag and slaps the tag.
That was a quick 3 up and 3 down there for the Golden Lions as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning with the score 4-3 Golden Lions. And we're now at the bottom of the 7th inning with RJ going leading off for the Golden Lions. It looks like he pops it up. All right, and first baseman Roman Kuster catches it for the out. 1 out now for the Oilers. And next up for the plate for the Golden Lions, we have number 1, John Cruz.
Center fielder, number 1, John Cruz.
And Walker still on the mound even after getting his hands checked for maybe blisters. We don't know for sure, but it looks like he's toughing it out and he's giving it his all here today for the Oilers.
That's right. He's doing a good job now in his 7th inning of work. Thus far, has allowed 8 hits and 4 earned runs. Hasn't walked a batter. Struck out 6. Not a bad outing for John Walker. Just needs a little offense here. Again, the Oilers scored their 3 runs back in the 3rd inning.
We got, looks like that was a pop up to center field for out number 2. So this would be great here for the Oilers to get 3 up and 3 down to end this inning quickly. Next up on the plate, at the plate for the Golden Lions is number 12, Dan Parisi.
Catcher, number 12, Dan Parisi. And a quick inning here for Walker is the recipe for success. Just 3 pitches thus far and getting 2 outs. He has thrown 94 pitches. As there's a strike on the outside corner. Out in the bullpen to our right here, it looks like sophomore A.J. Cecil is getting loose, not throwing yet, but getting a little stretching in. And he may be tasked with pitching in the 8th inning, then to get to closer Alex Williams, who is the preseason All-American for the Oilers.
Here comes the pitch. Looks like high and it's ball. Count is now 2-1 here for Walker. Nice strike there for Walker. Count is now 2-2. Pitch count is now at 98. So let's hope he can tough it out here and coach keeps him in to finish up this inning. Foul ball there.
And fans, if you can hear us whispering or murmuring up here in the press box, it's because I'm almost on the clock again. I don't know if you've been following along, but I'm multitasking here, and my fantasy baseball draft is currently going on. And with my 162nd pick,
we got
that ball's drilled out to right. Looks like it'll be handled easily.
Great grab by Jorgen.
But working on my picks here, I'm about to draft Willen Rosario, catcher from Colorado. And
haven't heard of him before.
Haven't heard of him. In an 18-team league, we can get pretty deep into some rosters. But nonetheless, we got the Oilers action here. And the Oilers trail.
You got to give Kyle Dapp. He did draft Yasiel Puig, who's going to be a great player. Going to be a great season. But anyways, we now end the 7th inning, head into the top of the 8th inning with the score 4-3 Golden Lions. And fans at home, I'm going to let you know there has been a pitching change here for the Golden Lions. We now have number 29 at the mound, John Parisi. Pitcher now leaves the game with the potential of getting the win.
That's right. And the starter, McPartland, went 7 innings, allowed 4 hits and 3 runs, walked just 1 and struck out 10. So
10 strikeouts.
A strong outing.
Good effort by him.
Out of the big right-hander.
Well, let's hope the Oilers can deny him that win and get a win for them for themselves here. So we have a big inning here. So time is running out. So let's see if they can muster up some hits. It looks like leading off for the Oilers in this inning is we have number 22, Chase Goulet at the plate. All right, Chase Goulet at the plate. First pitch, he swings, it hits it. Ground ball to second base. Gets him out for the first out for the Golden Lions. And next up at the plate for the Oilers, we have number 18, Roman Kuster.
First baseman, number 18, Roman Kuster.
First pitch, strike. Count now 0-1 here for Kuster. Ball, count now 1-1.
Not finding any stats from last season for Parisi, who is the new pitcher on the mound. Doesn't look like he's pitched this year either. Not sure if he transferred in or what the story is, but nonetheless, a new arm on the mound for the Golden Lions. Kuster is down now in the count 1-2.
Swing and a miss for Kuster for the strikeout. 1 out now for the Golden Lions.
2 outs, actually, a quick 2 outs.
I'm sorry. I apologize. 2 outs. Oh, yeah, Goulet got out. This inning's going by fast. Now next up at the plate, we have number 13, Austin
Left
Adams.
fielder, number 13, Austin Adams.
First pitch, strike. Count now 0-1 here for Adams.
Parisi out of the bullpen, wasting no time getting ahead of these Oilers hitters, is just throwing 6 pitches, 5 strikes, and a chopper to third. Good play by the third baseman, and that ends the inning.
Very quickly, 3 up and 3 down for the Golden Lions as we head now into the bottom of the 8th inning with the Oilers down 4-3. We're back at the bottom of the 8th inning here at the USA National Baseball Training Facility. And up right now for the Golden Lions is number 8, Mike Rizzatello. Count now 0-1. First pitch, he fouled off. Walker still in the game for the Oilers.
Yeah, Walker doing a good job for the Oilers. Has thrown 102 pitches, but still on the bump. Got to keep your senior leader out there as long as you possibly can. As the count goes to 1-2 to the Golden Lions designated hitter.
I think that's a good choice. Let Walker see this thing through and try to help the Oilers prevail for the victory.
All right, and you got to be careful not to keep him out there too long, not just because of the laboring arm But as these hitters,
we got a ground ball. The second. Got him out. There we go. Good work by the Oilers there. First out of the inning. And next up at the plate for the Golden Lions, we have number 3, Rob Costanzo.
second baseman, number 3, Rob Costanzo. And that was a great play out of second baseman Evan Holler, ranging to his left, slides and throws from his knees to Kuster for out number 1.
Good play by the Oilers. First pitch is a strike. Walker's now ahead of this at bat. Count is now at 0-1. Ball. Pitch 1-1. Count 1-1, I'm sorry.
That ball just off the plate, a breaking ball from Walker.
Here's the pitch. Swing, and he hits it to left center. Nice grab there by Austin Adams to give the Oilers a second out. Score is still 4-3, and next up at the plate for the Golden Lions is number 19, Tyler Hardison.
First baseman, number 19, Tyler Hardison. So 2 away here. Walker doing a good job of getting ahead of the hitters here, even late into the ball game. Still has the control that he's been able to display this game and throughout the season, using all of his pitches effectively.
And like you said, Kyle, with one of your keys, get the first batter of the inning out, and that can lead to good things. And Walker has done a good job with that, pacing himself and really executing good pitches. And let's hope he can continue that for the rest of this inning, and let's hope the Oilers can deliver on the offensive end. That pitch is foul ball. See the count 1-2 here. It'd be great. 3 up and 3 down is a great way for Walker to end the inning. It's quick and keeps the pitch count down.
That would be nice. And again, we look at the key of the game, getting that first hitter out. Today, leadoff hitters have reached base 3 out of the 8 innings.
Looks like we have a little single to right field there. And now we have a runner at first, and it looks like they're going to do a pinch runner. The Golden Lions are now going to take out Costanzo. Looks like, or Hardison.
Pinch running at first base, number 4, Tim Going.
And now we have number 4, Tim Going at first base.
Left fielder, number 32, George Monson.
And now at the plate, we have number 32, George Monson here. First pitch strike. Get the count 0-1. Oh, catcher goes for first. Try to get a tag, but he is safe. Good strategy there by Valdez. Try to test the waters there with the first base runner having a kind of a lead there. So good attempt there.
A big secondary lead there for the pinch runner Going. And Valdez just making sure he doesn't steal a base here, trying to keep him close. It doesn't look like Going is getting a very good lead there off of first as John Walker picked his foot up to fire to home. Going's first movement was actually back towards first base. And so it's sort of strange that maybe pinch runner just getting used to being out on the field again. This time, a good job, though, as we mentioned that now Going on the wild pitch. Miguel Valdez did a good job of blocking the pitch, but Going able to advance to second base.
The goal line's now have a runner in scoring position, so they're trying hard to extend their lead as the Oilers' top of the ninth will be their last chance to try to tie up this contest. Nice there. Got him swinging. Nice strikeout there for Walker as No runs were added, and the score is now 4-3. With the bottom of the 8th, there was 0 runs, 1 hit, 0 errors, and 1 left on base. The score is now 4-3 as we head into the top of the 9th inning. All right, we're now at the top of the 9th. Last chance here for the Oilers to tie up this game or even take a lead and get this thing going. And so right now at the plate, we have number 7, Troy Merriman. Oh, and he got a liner to first for the out, and unfortunately, it's the first out for the Oilers. So next up at the plate, we got number 6, Kevin Schrock. Let's see what he can do.
Shortstop number 6, Kevin Schrock.
First pitch ball count is now 1-0. Pitch a strike. Count is now 1-1. Ground ball to second, and he fumbles it. And Schrock gets on base.
That'll go as an error on the shortstop there,
Yeah.
but the Oilers don't care. They need a run here
They need a
to
run.
extend this ballgame as we're in the 9th inning.
Oh, it looks like we have a
Pinch hitting for the Oilers, number 15, Anthony Andrajak.
We have Anthony Andrajak as a pinch hitter here for the Oilers. Oilers are just trying to get something going. And looks like we also have a pinch runner for Schrock. We have number 5 in there now for the Oilers.
That's freshman Josh Schwer.
So Coach Perro is doing some strategies here, making some changes to try to do anything he can to tie up this game.
Your attention, fans. Pinch running at first base, number 5, Josh Schwer. So Andrajak at the dish for the Oilers, and this will be his first collegiate at bat. Just a freshman for the Oilers. Did play down in Florida in some of the reserve games. So he saw some of the first pitches. He actually was just a hitter in high school. Now is because down in Florida in that reserve game, the only strike Andrajak saw, he actually lifted
Oh, and unfortunately,
out over the right field wall. He homered in that ball game, and a good swing here from Andrajak lines it to short, but
double play.
right at the shortstop, and Schwer is caught leaning. A double play that ends the ball game
With the Golden Lions winning 4-3.
Some final stats here for you. John Walker will take the loss. He pitched 8 innings, gave up 9 hits, 4 earned runs, struck out 7. And offensively for the Oilers, Troy Merriman was the only one with multiple hits. He had 2 of them. The only other Oilers to hit in the ballgame were Logan Hara and Chase Goulet. So just 4 hits for the Oilers. Findlay loses 4-3. And we'll be back with some final statistics here in a moment. Again here, final. The Oilers fall to the Golden Lions 4-3.
Yeah, and with this loss, the Oilers fall to 2-9 on the young season, and Dowling, with this victory for them, they now go to 2-0 on the season.
And we want to go back and look at our keys to the game.
Yes, let's go back to that.
And the loss. With runners in scoring position, that was one of our keys. Came into today for the Oilers hitting just 193 and only 2 for 7 in the ballgame today. So a little bit better, but not good enough, as they only could plate 3 runs. Again, those 3 runs all came back in the top of inning number 3. And John Walker did a good job on the mound. Again, he came into today with a 4.63 ERA and not a bad outing. Allowed 4 earned runs in 8 innings of work. Just didn't get the offensive backing that he needed. And yes, again, Walker struck out 7 in the ballgame. So a good outing, scattered 9 hits. But then
good effort. Just the offense outside of that 3rd inning just couldn't get anything going. Yes, the runners in scoring position stat with 2 out of 7, it bumps their season average, but still 2 out of 7 is something they would like to improve on.
Right, and again, one of our keys was that first batter of the inning, and for Dowling, they got 3 of 8, so that's a pretty good job by Dowling. But for the Oilers, only 1 of 9 leading off the inning, so that means that Dowling started 8 of the 9 innings off with 1 out, and when you're trying to win a close ball game, that's just not the recipe for success for the Oilers. Again, another 1-run ball game for the Oilers, who have lost a lot of close ones this year. This is the, pardon me a second, this is the 4th game decided by 1 run, and most of those losses have been tight ball games. So we got to learn how to flip the script and start winning some of these close ball games. But again, here, the final, the Golden Lions beat the Oilers. Check back in. We will play another one here, scheduled to start at 7 o'clock. And join us for the live broadcast there. We'll go on at 6:50 for the pregame in that one. Again, Oilers lose 4-3.